people know
Just
that we're
start
here.
Yeah, start the stream, and I need to get all the relevant tabs open. I am seriously probably going to buy a second monitor at this point.
Hey, man. 2 is for chumps.
That's what I got. I'm just going with what I work with. I only got 2.
Nope.
God gave us pairs. That's
4.
why you're the work of the devil.
Need 4. 4 of them for sure.
For your 4 eyes.
Yeah, I'm sure. I could put on my my blue light glasses and see all 4.
Yeah, now you're echoing. And now I'm echoing.
It's coming through Tom.
Oh. Okay, now it's gone.
Yeah, Tom turned off something and now it's gone. Professional.
That's fine. That's why nobody cares about him.
No, god damn. That joke's gonna get. That joke's gonna go crazy.
I'm here.
I'm here. You're here? Okay, cool. Tom is apparently trying to fix a microphone or something.
We can wait a few. I'm still going to the relevant pages.
Pages.
Well, yeah, because I got to look at the show notes, the contest, all that stuff.
I'm fixing the grammar in your show notes.
Shut up. Why?
Because
no one's gonna see it.
Well, because it's all highlighted and stuff that needs to be changed. Pissing me off. There's way too many show notes. What the hell?
What are you talking about?
There's way too many show notes.
It's just like notes. Relax.
4 bullet points, and each bullet point has like 5 sub bullets.
Okay. Are we gonna go there? Because there's literally 4 bullet points. Only 2 of them have subs.
Shut up. There's way too.
And all those subs have 2. And all those subs have 2.
I was told there would be punch and pie.
Don't mess with the narrative, man. Come on.
The narrative that John's a jerk? Yes, that's the narrative.
That will be eternal.
It's fine. Never mind. It's not the end of the world. There are way worse things to be remembered as.
Fucking Jim. Hello, Jim. Is this Wendy's?
It's whatever you want it to be. It's a magic space.
But not a safe space.
Definitely not one of those, no.
Or a space with competent players.
Nope, not that either.
No.
This is just a place with a lot of salt and opinions.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is...
It won't... You sound fine now.
I sound fine now, hopefully, but I might cut out because...
Yep, you're already cutting out.
Fucking hell.
Well, he could just be pausing dramatically, like...
No, he's cutting out.
He's cutting out? Okay. I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah.
We'll just live with it. Just don't talk.
Okay.
Yay.
Shut up, Danny.
All right.
Is he low on your end, John?
I can turn him up, don't worry.
I didn't say you had to. I was just asking.
I turned him up. It's fine.
The sadness.
Oh, he sounds a little louder, yeah.
It's fine.
Makes me a little sadder.
Okay.
All right, hold on 1 second. All right. Everything's okay? Change anything on the show notes before we start?
Seems fine. We never really use them anyway.
Well, we'll go through them like really quick, John. Relax.
Sure.
I know you got to get to your carpentry project.
To my carpentry project. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it.
Wait, what the hell are you talking about?
My office, I have to clear the whole thing out still.
Yeah.
I mean, I've started, but it's
a
big process. So.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Danny, I know it was mentioned briefly, but is it a possibility in terms of the shadow round of having more than the top than 5 through 12?
It depends how many people end up showing up. Really,
that's
an
outside possibility.
Yeah, I mean, if we actually end up having like 850, I think the math works out that unless there's a lot of ties or something weird, we're going to have, we're probably going to need to do the, 3 through 12 plane rather than the just
5 through 12.
5 through 12, yeah, just because we'll have too many undefeateds
right,
to make a clean break. And I mean, I guess really, if we actually somehow actually got enough, we could end up one day with the possibility that there's just a flat out 7th round. But I don't think we have to worry about that this year.
Not this year, no.
No.
I bet it's going to be, with attrition, it'll probably be like between 750 and 825 that end up playing.
Right. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be likely. We're going to need to expand the shadow round to another, to another table essentially.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So it should be fine.
All right, are you ready for me to count us in?
Yeah, whatever.
Wow, thanks.
We need to play us.
Right.
I think someone's computer or something is giving the feedback on Adam's mic.
On mine, my volume's off on my computer, so.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on your computer, but I do get some echo off you
anything.
again, Adam.
Me neither.
Oh, well, I guess it's just me then.
It could be.
I was gonna say, are you getting it now?
No, I wasn't.
Oh.
Okay. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Adam, go.
That part's supposed to be silent the last 2 seconds, just as we discuss every single time.
Adam, go.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the last what's the show called? TFG Radio.
TGIF hasn't been on the air in like 25 or 30 years, dude. I watched TGIF when I was like 9.
We're the official podcast of the famous restaurant.
How much drugs did you do before we started the show that you're calling TGIF?
I did go to the doctor's appointment today.
All the mescaline just kicked in right now.
Oh my
for Adam.
god! How old are you?
I did have some eye drops. Welcome again to another episode of TFG Radio, the last episode before LVO. Thankfully, Tom's lowered enough that we don't hear him. Apparently.
But don't worry, sound quality will get worse and worse as the night goes on.
Absolutely.
But that's only because I'll be drinking heavily.
Just like LVO at night.
Yes.
There's a lot to according to John, there's a lot to go on. Once again, we're joined by John, fresh off his stint this holiday season as Joseph for all his carpentry he's doing lately.
Oh my god, I hate you so much.
You really got to get into character, you know?
Yeah.
I was holding on to that one for a while.
Well,
there needs to be a plumber in the Bible then, because most of what was going on was plumbing problems, not carpentry.
Well,
I was going to say, you're actually more akin to Noah because you're building a boat to survive the flood that's currently your house.
All right, that's fair.
All great biblical references.
Or seeing as at that time period the best plumbers were Romans, does that make him Longinus?
Ooh.
Oh my god. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That one makes him happy, so no.
Well, I like Romans. The Romans are the best. Why do you think on our Europe trip we spent 9 of the 15 days in Italy?
Nice.
Yeah.
So according to John, there's a lot to go on. We're also joined by Danny. And last but not least, or least and last, is Tom Butters.
And go fuck yourself.
This is gonna be great.
Starting off great.
So, just quick, before we start, quick programming notes. We're coming up on our 5-year anniversary. There's going to be a few changes. One of them is that we're going to actually change the intro and outro music. We've had the same music for about 5 years now, and feel that there's a change, something to shake things up, make things new. So, expect in our first episode after LVO, expect new intro and outro music.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody would definitely agree is wrong with the show.
I didn't say it was wrong or right. I'm just saying it's
the thing that needs to be improved is definitely that.
John, you can just say it. I'm here, I know, but you can just say it.
Oh no, I was implying that most people would think that removing me would make the show better. I am self-aware. I understand what people think.
I don't know. I enjoy having you on the show. Plus, you're the only one that runs everything. So there.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I am the indispensable one at this point, so everybody can fuck off.
God. As we mentioned before, I believe we're not going to have an episode regular episode during the week of LVO.
No,
you don't want a car cast on the 4-hour drive to Vegas.
I mean,
every time we've tried to do that, it has not worked. Like we thought we were getting a great episode on the way to the Barry Open that one year.
Oh, that one year.
Fucking Adam didn't press the record button. We had some
did, but
great
it only
moments
recorded like
where we
5
were
minutes.
ripping Alan in the middle of the car, and Alan was just taking it, and it's not even on.
If we do it, I just have to record on the phone instead of the recorder that I do have.
I guess.
Or Facebook Live.
God,
Yeah,
what
they
are
could-
we?
we
What
could-
kind
we
of
could-
trash are we? Facebook Live. Ugh.
Yeah, when we break down and we
Professional.
we didn't bring anything, we die in the desert. We'll Facebook Live it.
Don't Facebook Live my death.
Oh, we're Facebook Living that. Yes.
As
All
the
of ours.
sole survivor of TFG Radio, I will ensure that is memorialized.
Oh, that's right. Tom would be. Oh,
Tom would be
oh my
like,
God.
yeah, we're gonna leave We're all gonna die at OVO and leave the show to Tom.
Oh God.
He doesn't know any of the
There was
passwords,
a
it's
reason
fine.
to live.
True.
It's all right. I'll just sell off the podcast and then move back to Texas.
Sell it off to who? Who's buying this?
I don't
There's
know. but
plenty of
some-
people.
Listen, we have established multiple times in the show that you cannot make a living doing 40K. You can't do it.
But I'm making a living
Look,
around.
even Val in the chat is saying $1. He's offering you $1.
Look at $1.
Wait.
So we may record. I'll phone record whatever we talk about and choose the best from that. Probably, maybe, if I remember. I don't know.
Most likely,
Narrator, he won't remember.
He will not remember, no. Nope. Hey, Ray, how's it going?
So we have that going down. Again, no episode from us. We may have a bonus episode with an interview. I'm working on that.
Or a focus fire, right?
No, Focus Fire will be their normal slot, which is next week.
Oh, okay.
Then the week
I
of
keep
LVO.
thinking next week is LVO. I mean, thank God it's not, because I got to get stuff together, but...
Next week's like the only week I have worked like the full week. I don't have like a day off during the week in the month of January.
Man, this chat is lit. We got Ray, Val, Dawn,
We have 14
Jim
people.
Vessel. I don't care about the number. I can. That's a pretty good chat right there. Okay, everybody, now fight.
Dance, monkeys, dance for my amusement.
yeah, Nicky.
All right.
I
Sorry,
gotta make
what
a
were
weird
you saying? I wasn't listening to you.
That's a Mike Tyson joke.
No show for. We're just ignoring Tom. No show for that week. Probably have a bonus episode, although, and then the following week should be Focus Fire. We haven't really worked that out yet. It could be us. We don't know yet. Depends what happens. Really depends what happens at LVO.
Yeah. Sure.
So we can do our retirement video.
That's in the car on the ride home from the front seat.
Yes.
Retirement video.
Yes. Yeah, I'll try to remember to record on the way over there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because I could have recorded our trip home from last year.
We got to figure out what all of us falling asleep in the car, including your brother who was driving.
I can record you and John, you and Danny fixing Danny's tire at 3 a.m.
Okay, that was
a good time.
That was a good time. So that was great. Yikes.
I just appreciated when we clearly were veering off the road because your brother was falling asleep. My reaction of waking up to this is just whoa, 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 whoa.
I remember that too. That was good. And then I like how we all promptly went back to sleep.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, what else did you do?
Well, die apparently was the other thing we were going to do.
Okay, so that being said, so expect that coming up. One of the other things, real quick, it will take care of is the contest. Now, we did 2 contests, one for the Patreons, one for the.
We did not do 2 contests. We did a contest and a
Wait,
superfluous
let me
contest.
finish. Stop ruining the narrative, John. We did it. We announced 2 contests. How about that? We announced 2 contests, one for our regular all the listeners, which was the Hatekus, and we did a second contest just for Patreon members to basically give Tom a new nickname. For those that don't know, we call Butters for obvious reasons. If you hang around Tom long enough,
Just a sweet
surprisingly to me anyway, nobody gave any entries for Tom's contest.
Because they liked the nickname. That's what I said when we started the stupid contest to re-nickname him. I was like, we don't need to re-nickname him. His nickname is great. Why would we re-nickname him?
I'm gonna
I
go
just
with
wanna-
the narrative that I'm just forever alone and sad, and like I don't know why I punish myself by being on this podcast.
I'm gonna go with the narrative that people actually like Tom and didn't want to make fun of him any more than we already do.
Yeah, I really do feel like that the the Patreon. So granted, this is the people who, for whatever reason, give us money to do what we do. We're just like, you know what? He's just, just let it be. Just let it be.
he's just a.
So
Yeah.
So we've all voted. We actually had a few ties, so we had to have a mystery vote that I picked someone that's.
I want to make it clear I only voted begrudgingly.
Which is what you do every year.
It's what I do every year because I don't like haikus.
That's because you're racist.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse you.
So we'll go third to
with
first. We had we had like 15 entries, something along those lines. A couple honorable mentions. One is Salty John is pissed. Pretty sure it's them Eldar. Nope, it's Poor Sally's.
That didn't win?
Nope.
No.
That was a good one. I like that one.
You're not allowed to be incredulous and also begrudging.
Excuse you, sir. Who runs this podcast?
Adam.
Now,
no, who literally runs it? Who's literally running this?
I feel like the answer is still Adam somehow.
No.
I don't know what you want.
I still do hold the token password.
That's true. That's true. You do have the token password. That's true.
Now, the reason it didn't win is because Tom actually put that one in.
Oh, did he really?
No,
I didn't know.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I did do that.
Yeah, I actually would have voted for that one if I didn't know it was Tom.
Okay. That's not surprising. Tom does have a way with words.
Thank you.
Another honorable mention.
That is your compliment for this year, by the way.
There's 2020 taken care of. Out of the way.
I'm getting them all done tonight. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Another honorable mention was you don't know your rules? ? It's Tuesday at Game Empire? ? Go bother Adam. Which is actually factual.
That is pretty accurate because on league night I'm often like, I don't know, ask Adam.
Well, plus you're playing your game. I'm usually done because I play my games early.
That's true.
And I'm usually done by the time everybody else gets there to play their games.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any ones that you like that didn't win, John?
Well, which one won?
Oh, well, obviously you don't look at the sheet. Okay.
No, I'm not looking at the sheet. I'm waiting for you to. I want to have the same experience as our audience. I want to share with them this experience of hearing what won. I'm not a jerk who's going to look at the what's going on beforehand. Nor am I going to rig it like some Russians.
So third, we'll go to that then, and then you can tell us.
Cool. Okay.
So third place was buy some swag products. Templates, trays, tickets, tokens all day. Hammerhead Games Net.
I like that one. That was a good one.
I respect the hustle.
I do.
I respect the hustle.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Right, taking the time to do that, I think, is amazing and deserves all the accolades in the world.
I think I would have liked it better if it was because to be honest, that wasn't my vote for one. Because we each voted for 3 that we liked, and that wasn't one of the 3 that I chose.
How dare you?
I didn't like it.
Tony, you heard that here. He doesn't like you. The rest of us do.
The reason I didn't choose it, and the mystery voter had the same issue, but he still voted for it. Was if he had put something like it's .net, not .com.
Oh yeah, because I always say hammerheadgames.com.
Yeah. Yes.
That would have been funny.
It's actually
Wait,
.net.
who was the mystery voter? How dare you go outside the group?
I had to. There were too many ties.
Oh, all right, fine, whatever. He's your brother, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
He is the 5th Beatle.
he is the 5th Beatle. He's even been a special guest once, remember?
Yeah, he did. He was on once.
Yeah.
And you're correct, Val. Who the fuck is Tom? Second place was those Skaven models. Assault Centurions, really? Bad day for Matt Root.
I think I voted for that one for number 1.
I voted for that one too.
I think I put that as my number 1 choice.
And that was by Gabe.
Oh, nice. Okay. I thought maybe Jason sent that one in.
That'd be funny. I don't think Jason listens to our show, to be honest.
He does sometimes.
Well, apparently he doesn't care about our contest.
He's been in the chat before, Jason.
And then the winner was... No, you didn't vote for this one, John, for some reason.
I wonder why.
History cosplay. John rubs his musket and balls, chips his tricorn hat.
See, I mean, that really captures everything since, traditional haiku is about, engagement with ideas, it's about quiet meditation. And there you really do get that quiet meditation of the visual of John in his recreational gear,
his element,
and just that. Yeah, I mean, it's just brilliant. It is a perfect conceit. Like I said, it's number one.
I quit.
And that was Dom.
That was Dom?
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I'm happy.
Cool.
I like Dom. Dom's
who I won't try pronouncing his last name.
Val says this is bullshit. Apparently his didn't win. Did he submit one?
Did he submit one?
Who's Val?
Who?
Like, is that just their Twitch handle, or?
No. It says Val Heffelfinger, but that can't possibly be a real name.
Oh, I thought you guys were saying like short.
I have seen another Heffelfinger somewhere else on Facebook. But not Val.
No, you have not. Don't lie.
I swear to God, I saw it.
That's like all the other Wiremullers on Facebook who aren't like directly related to me are like in like Argentina.
Well, I didn't say where they're from.
Gee, I wonder why they're there.
That's a whole nother topic and a whole nother podcast.
Hey, Grandpa, why did we move to Argentina? Shut up.
Jim wants to know what the most
Grandpa.
outrageous conversion approval we have seen. Speaking of root, so I'm gonna say
This year or previous years?
this year. He's asked for this year.
Okay.
So actually, I think the most outrageous thing is the constant barrage of, is this an acceptable dreadnought chaplain? And it's literally just a dreadnought.
Really?
with no effort put into converting it at all. And I'm like, did you look at the Forge World one? Well, the Forge one was not available, right? But did you look at it or like make the effort to actually like
Google
convert this or Google this? Because this is literally just the dreadnought with the correct weapons, with no conversion work done whatsoever. Oh, okay. So like, should I put wings on it and like skulls? That would be a place to start. Yes.
Yeah, there was one I approved that his buddy had sculpted wings and skulls for it.
Exactly. Like, that's cool. But like, here's my venerable dreadnought. You know what I did is I used the ironclad body, but I used the arms from the venerable one. So is that a chaplain? No,
I know.
It's not a chaplain.
You just said venerable and ironclad. I don't hear a chaplain word in there whatsoever, or see it. It's pretty good.
They actually haven't been that bad. Those well, and then all the Thunderfire cannon bullshit.
Well, that's a whole
wants
nother.
to.
Yeah.
Everybody wants.
Their mother wants a crazy Thunderfire cannon conversion approved.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I like the one with the Centurion with the Thunderfire cannon just strapped to it.
Oh, I totally approved that one. That was great.
I actually like that one. Yeah.
Well, and it's actually bigger, so it's like, and so that's actually a detriment to that player because it's actually bigger. It's taller. It's gonna be harder to hide.
Yeah.
I liked my favorite one from all of the Thunderfire cannon, and this has happened multiple times from like the all 100 Thunderfire cannons we've gotten, where I say that's not the right size, and they come back with, yes, it is. It's the same dimensions. Okay, well, send it to me with a picture of it next to a Thunderfire cannon. Well, I don't have a Thunderfire cannon, and my friends don't have one for me to take a picture of it next to. And they always respond with, then how do you know it's the right dimensions? Like, if you literally don't have one to compare it to,
touche.
How do you know?
You talk as if circular logic.
Yeah, well, you know.
John, was there any ones that you enjoyed?
Anyone what?
Of the haikus?
No. We call them Hatekus for a reason. I hate them.
No, this one was because I wanted more hate-oriented haikus.
I just assumed it was about me.
Well, most of them actually are.
I know that most of them about me. There were some really good ones in there that were like hateful. It was pretty good. I liked it. I appreciated it. Everybody. All my adoring public who wrote in their haikus hating on me, loved it. Absolutely loved it. Keep them going.
You only fuel his rage.
Not even rage at this point. You only fuel my ego. Just,
Danny,
I don't know how I'm fitting in this room right now with this head.
So do we. I don't know how you get out of that room.
Some nights I can't.
Danny, is there anything, any one of the other ones that stood out to you?
I love the Epstein that someone managed to put in, and Epstein didn't kill himself.
Oh yeah, was that not Tony?
No, no, it wasn't.
I thought for sure that Epstein one was Tony because he shares a lot of those memes.
Because that one is
Meme Lord Battle Rage. Who will win, Evan or John? Epstein, no
kill cell.
That's right. That was a good one. I love that one.
I don't think it was Tony. Most people just sent in one.
Haiku.
One person sent in like 5 or 6. I think one person had like 2, but it was a good range. I like the one where TFG podcast, remember X edition in quotation marks, loads Frontline Gaming.
Yes, yeah, that was a good one too. I thought for sure that one was Val.
Yeah, all the rest are just about John.
yeah, they're all about me. It's fine. I have an adoring public.
Yeah,
clearly an engaged public as well.
Hey, you know what? As long as the public buys me beer at LVO, I don't care what kind of engagement it is.
See, isn't that the real contest? How many drinks can we be bought over the course of the weekend?
Yeah. If you want another image of John on top of somebody's shoulders.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't buy a single drink that night. Oh no, that's not true. I bought I bought a round for myself and Aurelio, and I can't remember the other 2 people at this point because I don't think at that point I can remember much. Oh, one of them was Carson from our team, and I don't remember the 4th person. I'm sorry for the 4th person listening to this, but I did buy 1 round of beers. But all the rest of the night, people just kept buying me beers wherever we went. It was great.
See,
so that was
I wish I could do the pub crawl, but I just meet up with it when it ends anyway.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, it starts and ends at the same spot. So
that is how I end up on somebody's shoulders in the middle of the casino.
Yes, because that was at the end.
Mm-hmm. You truly live a charmed life.
I mean, we can call it that, I guess.
So that's the contest for this year. I think it's something we'll do annually. I like doing the haikus.
Mm-hmm.
We do a different theme every year.
Sounds good.
But thanks for everybody. I'll contact everybody that won. And once again, thanks.
Wait, was it like a legit contest where we give them a prize?
No, we'll give them a prize.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, the headless Ferris man.
Why didn't I enter?
Because you can't. Same thing was why. That's why we can't give Tom the prize, even as much as we like his.
Come on, if we can have some. Never mind. I'm not going to go there.
Don't.
I'm not going to do it.
What are you talking?
Nope, not doing
about
it.
John.
I'm not going to do it.
Something going on, buddy?
Somebody got really mad at me on Facebook because I would make too many political references on the show.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And the person who got really mad at me is not a stable person.
Oh. Someone wrote gave us a 1 star because it was in our iTunes review because it was too political.
Whatever.
Well, at times.
Come on.
It's not every episode.
If Ray can bother to be in the chat, we're fine. Because Ray and I are totally opposites in terms of politics. It's fine. He's here. He can laugh. He gets a joke.
Not to mention which I'm pretty sure we've never truly taken a stance. We've just made fun of.
I mean,
right?
I get pretty close to a stance, I think, is probably the problem. See,
yeah.
Ray
Okay.
says,
Then
Ray says we're good. We're good.
Well, it's more like someone's tuning in for a 40K podcast, not a political podcast, no matter what leaning they take.
I mean,
that's the complaint.
40K is full of politics.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but it's more fascist, politics as opposed to like current politics.
And there's a
yeah, they love the so people who love 40K and fascist politics don't like our podcast.
Yes,
when we get political.
Yes, by Raw. Yes,
by Raw.
Speaking of Raw. So we've been answering a bunch of judge questions. Well, by us, I mean not Tom.
Right.
Or you.
Your name's attached to like 4.
Yeah, but I help answer like a bunch of them. I just don't get my name.
My name
attached.
is literally on like 180 of them.
The form just lets you put your name on. I can go in there and replace your name with mine.
I'll just read. Do you have any idea how Google Forms works?
Yes, I know. I know how it
just
works.
revert it back.
I know.
I'm thinking of the guy deleting his computer GIF right now and just like answering questions.
Oh Lord.
But when there's been a lot more, well, I still answered more than Tom.
Yes.
So
yeah, because I'm not a freaking LVO judge. I better not have answered
minimum champion. Minimum champion.
I should give access to Tom. Just have him start answering.
Well, you kind of do that with the Tau questions anyway.
And see if anybody notices.
Tom,
I'm a big fan of doing things and see if anybody notices. I do that at work a lot. So we've been answering a bunch of questions. More importantly, if you go to our website, tfgradio.com, there's a heading that says Judge Rulings. You click on that heading, and it'll take you to basically another link that shows what rulings we have made. They're not specific to any event, but we just happen to be judging LVO. I believe that's how it's worded, correct? John?
John said he had to take care of something briefly.
Oh, okay.
So he's, as he said before, clearly running the show.
Wow.
Acha.
And he's not here. Okay.
Well, yeah.
But if you go to our website, tfgradio.com, again, click on Judge Rulings. And you go there, and it just says it's a link to a document compiled by judges. It's not an FAQ. It's not official rulings. It's basically we're judges, and we just happen to also be judging LVO. You click on the document, and it lists a bunch of rulings. We've decided to continue forward with that. That link isn't going anywhere anytime soon, unless I don't pay the hosting fees, I guess.
So 50-50 chance.
Yeah. Then it becomes a porn site.
Our ratings would go up.
Probably. Well, at least the traffic would go up. So in the future, after LVO, we'll have a form that you can fill out if you want to ask us any questions. It doesn't mean we'll answer them, but we'll go through whatever questions we have and answer those we can or want, I guess.
It doesn't mean that we're going to create our own FAQ.
Yeah, I was just discussing how there's that disclaimer
online. Oh, sorry, I had to step away for a minute.
I know. I wasn't reading the show chat.
Oh, okay.
I was too busy running the show since apparently you weren't there.
Whatever. I put the screen. I left it on your screen. Shut up.
I left the oven on. It's fine. Nothing's going to burn down.
It sounds like an FAQ, but it's not. It's just a document that has answers to questions.
There's a meme in here somewhere. I just can't.
I'll figure it out later, Tom. It's fine. And then I'll put it as the top of that document.
Yes.
Hey, there's a very clear disclaimer at the top of that document that is just the opinions of the judges that are listed at the top, and all those judges just happen to also judge the Las Vegas Open.
So we'll continue with the document, and we'll take questions during after LVO when we have time to organize everything.
I think we're at 250 questions.
Yeah, last I checked, yesterday was
let's see. I got
240.
Oh no, we're at 284. Somebody just submitted one.
Yeah, I cleared them out this morning, and then I checked 20 minutes ago, and I'm like, God damn it, how are there 30 more?
Yeah, no. Last night when I went to bed, it was totally done. We had caught up on every single thing except for the ones that were recent Frankie's responsibility because they were ticket questions. BCP and ticket questions. Yeah, so but a lot of those, most of those are model conversions.
Yeah, this year it's the usual mix of model conversions, actual rules questions.
Yeah,
most of those model conversions are Chaplain Dreadnoughts or Thunderfire Camp.
That is true. The vast majority of them are those things. Yes.
Yeah, it's funny when that it's shit. And I forgot. Ah, fuck.
Good job.
All right. It was fun.
Professional.
From our data set.
So talking about questions, if you don't,
what?
I'm just curious. What's the best question you've gotten? A question where you're like,
that reminds me now. Now that reminded me. It's not really the best question, but the thing that stood out to me was the number of multiple questions that you could fit into that form that we have.
Oh my god! Remember the one that was 8 separate questions?
Oh yeah, the one you had me answer. Yes.
Yes, the one I made you answer. Yes.
So I have answered more than 4 questions. So I have answered more than 4 questions.
Yeah, that's true. That one was 8 on its own.
But that's not the only one. There's a bunch of them like that.
No, the best question, or the one that required the longest answer.
No, I'm thinking the best question, answering it, or you enjoy.
No, there's no enjoying answering it.
Feel how about one where you felt like you like the end of a South Park episode? I don't know.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Well, all right.
Every time a judge has to answer a question, it's a point of failure. Either the person asking didn't do their due diligence to look up the answer, or the rule writers did not actually write the rules in mind with their interactions with each other.
Right.
So there's never a chance philosophical inquiry, like a symposium, as it were. It's just, someone didn't do their job.
Kind of, yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
No, we do enjoy it. We enjoy being there, Val. There's a lot of interesting questions, yes. But, like, part of the problem is when you have to go through and open up your folder that has all, like, what is it? 30 FAQs? No, 65 FAQs or something like that. Whatever it is now. Just to, like, search for that one answer. And you're like, oh, my God. My favorite ones are the ones where I can literally respond back, that's in this FAQ.
Right.
Like, and I don't even, like, we don't even bother answering those. We just answer back, your answer is in this FAQ. And then they can go look it up on their own.
Isn't your favorite one anyone that you can respond with the Lamar Burke?
No, I'm polite in all my responses.
Okay.
Integrity.
We're not jerks. Like, in responding to questions.
Let me see if I can find a decent one. I mean, you can see all the good ones in the document. I mean,
yeah, the document includes almost all the questions that we've answered.
There were a lot of questions about heroic intervention.
Yeah, what is that? I thought we already answered all those last year.
No, now people are trying to figure out a way to have their character get out of one combat so they can get into another combat.
Right, yeah.
Which you can't do, or you can.
You can, but it's very difficult.
Yeah. So you can heroically, if you're already engaged, you can heroically intervene, but you have to end your move closest to the nearest model, measured at the start of your movement, which, if you're engaging somebody, you can only orbit. So if you can orbit enough with your 3-inch movement to end closer to them and also engage somebody else, sure, go for it. But otherwise, no. Right?
Or
I don't remember that one. You didn't ask someone in chat, or was I not paying attention at the time?
You just weren't paying attention. We talked about it.
Danny asked about it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's also what is it? Space Wolves and Custodes have access to a station or heroic intervention.
Yeah.
I think it's more people are asking also because of things like Shock Assault, where you get your bonus, right? If you heroically intervene, so it's trying to make sure you're getting your bonus attack.
Right.
Which again, raw. Man, it took me like 40 minutes to like come up with an answer before I even asked in chat of like, what do you guys think? Because I'm looking through every goddamn FAQ possible of like, does heroic intervention, does anything modify what it says in the rule book? No? Okay, well then I gotta go with what it says in the rule book.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I think my favorite one is the Tremor Shell one, because the Tremor Shell stratagem is so poorly worded. that we had to like, and that one I figured was somebody was going to ask, and it was asked almost immediately.
Which, by the way, I feel like the Tremor Shell strat conundrum, which everyone was like, OMG, it's broken, please. I feel like that was all textbook. I didn't see people complaining about it at events.
Yeah. The thing is, like, people who play hordes don't want you to be able to double shoot and shake two of their things, so they're looking for ways around it.
Yeah.
And it is poorly worded, and so they want to get around it by using, that's poorly worded.
I guess I'm just saying, like, there was a ton of rabble about it on the webs. And then in practice, I almost never heard anyone complain, like, oh, I ran into Space Marine play, GT.
Right. Yeah, nobody complains about the Tremor Shells, really. No.
Yeah, not really. Just
the double firing at Thunderfire Cannon is really good. Like, the double firing
is good.
The drop pod question was annoying to figure out. Not to figure out, but to write an answer for that was clear to,
whether they count towards.
Because although the drop pods get around the tactical reserves rule, the rest of your units that you put in reserve do not. So if you fill it all up, like those units that go beyond, still it applies. It is GW, do a better job. Come on.
Why? They're making billions of dollars. Why would they need to put that?
I know.
There's no incentive to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like there's no incentive for some tournaments.
Simply using a Venerable Dread with the correct weapons would be a counts as. So that is not allowed. You would need to make the effort to convert it to look like a Chaplain Dread. I think I wrote that 100 times.
Oh, yeah. I think the 8 questions you made me answer was fine for me anyway. It wasn't that bad.
Was fine. I think I made Danny answer the multi-part sisters one, right?
Right,
No,
which I'm still
yes.
which I'm still waiting clarification from
GW.
GW about like, wait, how the fuck do you want this mechanic to work?
Right.
Because how you wrote it and consistently write it throughout your rules does not seem to line up with what people think it
does not.
is.
It does not at all. And then Matt Root,
that's another one that like, and there was such a little fucking like tempest in a teapot over it of like, I spent like an hour. Like I have a 500 word flowchart argument of like, this is why I made this ruling based on these sources. Right. And it's still, even to me, is not totally convincing. It was just the best argument I had.
Right.
Which was my first response was, hey, Reese, can you ask GW what the fuck they wanted?
Because this doesn't make no sense.
Yeah.
And then Matt Root answered the like multi-part Eldar one about Phoenix Gems and the Phantasm strat. That one was another long one we got. He did that one. I think I avoided a lot of the long ones. But I did I did answer all of Michael Snyder's.
See, that takes something. You know, that's special.
Wow. That's like, did you log in for community? Like, because that's what that feels like.
Log in for community service. I should get back community service if I ever break the law. For answering all those questions.
That makes sense.
I mean, or tax break for break. Helping the
tax break. Oh my god, I would answer more questions then.
Shut up! No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
Fucking lie.
Yeah, I would actually for that.
Nothing. You're answering nothing.
I answer whatever questions John makes me answer, because for some reason I can't ignore the like. John assigned this to you. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta
do this one. Everybody sees that I'm not doing
anything. A few reminders for LVO since we're on the topic of LVO. So we'll look for that after LVO in regards to if we have any questions, we'll try our best. Just a reminder, anything we answer outside of the actual LVO event or stuff leading to LVO is not an official answer for LVO.
Don't go showing up someplace being like, oh, the LVO judges told me. No, we did not.
Yeah. So just a few reminders that question submissions are the final days on the 12th, and that lists are due on by the 13th.
Yes, we get to stop answering questions on the 12th. Thank God.
Don't wait till the last minute. I mean, it's probably the last minute right now, which is why we're getting.
Any idea how many questions we're gonna get on the 12th?
Well, I'm gonna say 282.
And you're gonna answer one.
That's fine. It's one more than Tom.
Again,
Sunday's a bad day for me. I'm not going to help out that much on those.
Sunday, I'll be at the movie theaters, being forced to watch Little Women.
Ooh.
I told my wife I can go watch it if you allow me to sleep during it.
I've heard it's pretty good, actually.
I'm pretty sure I'll have a good nap. Yes.
You should be open-minded about it. You might be surprised.
Yeah, really.
I've watched every other version of that movie because my wife loves Jane Austen. So
yeah, I've seen the other ones too. The one with from the 90s with Winona Ryder. That one's pretty
Winona Ryder. Yeah, she also loves watching all versions of A Christmas Carol, which I don't mind as much.
Nope.
Yeah.
No. Nope.
There are some that
I don't even want to do the Mickey one.
Really?
No.
Not even the Muppet one, which is probably the best one.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it.
No, Scrooge is the best version.
With
Scrooge
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
The Bill Murray one. That one's actually pretty. Yes, that's a good one.
I mean, I've seen them all. I just don't want to see them all again.
We watch them every year, which I don't mind. That I don't mind.
I watch the claymation Rudolph every year.
Yeah, we do. Actually, and then for the adults, we always find.
So a couple other reminders of the penalties if you don't submit your list in time. You get a yellow card, and then you have to submit within, I believe it is 24 hours or 48. I think it's 24. But once you get that yellow, once you give in the notice that you got the yellow, you have about 24 hours to turn it in. If not, you get a second yellow. If you don't turn it in by the end of the first round, you get a red card and you're removed from the event.
Yeah,
more importantly, with no
you don't
refund.
get a red card for that round. You get the red card for the event. You're out.
Correct. And you don't get. More importantly, you don't get a refund.
No, why would you get a refund? You did
I don't
something
know.
wrong.
because people want refunds. They want to talk. They want to talk to their manager.
Well, they can go talk to talk to me about it. I don't have any money.
It's going to be on stream. So
I don't have anything to do with the money. You can talk to somebody else.
Any other reminders for LVO?
Shadow round.
We already did that, right? Oh, that was
sort
before
of.
we
So
started the show.
Yeah. Well, just a reminder that there is the shadow round. Normally, it's numbers 5 through 12. Play a shadow round on day 2, and that will start at 8:00, I believe.
Yeah.
Depending how many we get, it could start. It could include second and third place third and fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Third and fourth place having to play in the shadow round. Also, we don't think we'll get that numbers, but that's another discussion. I think we have over 1,000 people signed up. I am curious as to what the fall off is going to be, because in the past it's usually been about 10-15%. Lately,
I say higher. I think it's going to be.
Historically now, it's been like 15% on average. Atlanta was 35%, which is kind of high, but it's averaging about 15. It's averaging about 15-20% now. But is that a result? And someone will ask that in the Patreon group. Do you think that's a result? Do you think that's a result of the Space Marine Codex?
I would say yes. I think there's been enough rumblings from various tournaments all over the world, not just like, our neck of the woods or some specific neck of the woods, that
the Swedes
players are not.
Yeah.
The people just aren't excited to play in big tournaments because they just don't want to play, 3 of 6, 4 of 6 games against Space Marines.
Yeah.
Right.
What you guys are talking about in the chat will probably end up having to happen next year. The top 16 plays round 7.
Yeah, if once we're over 1,000 people, we have to have a round 7
later.
Yeah.
Yeah, next year that'll probably be the case. This year we're probably going to be fine due to the drops.
Yeah, as long as we don't have
the regular
more
attrition,
than
the fact that it's LVO, so the attrition is slightly higher than normal, and then you add on top of that the Space Marine effect, it'll probably end up between 750 and 850. We'll be fine.
As long as we're not over 9, I think we won't need to really worry too much about changing the shadow round.
Right.
I mean, as long as we stay kind of under 9. So we'll see.
Just don't get draws, people.
For real. Oh, and please, if you make it to the shadow round, please remember that it doesn't count for anything. So the moment you are sure you are going to lose, just concede and let people sleep.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
what if I really don't like that guy?
Oh, then fuck it. Then, slow play them to the end of the game world. I don't care. But
if it's a personal vendetta thing, fine. But if there's no personal vendetta involved, let people go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just.
I don't know if I want Danny mad at me.
Yeah. There were several games where, it was just so clear who the winner. Like, I walk up to the table and I haven't seen that table in 30 minutes, so I don't have a lot of context. But I can look at the board and be like, "This dude's fucked," and he's still like, "Now if I do this," and I'm like, "Guy, unless you're about to do some IQ 3000 play here, pretty sure you're dead. So just let the man sleep, right?"
Yeah.
Unless your name is the Bobby Fischer of.
Bye, Val. Yeah, unless you're Sean Naden, don't try.
Yeah.
I can see him pulling out something crazy because it always seems like he has a crazy list and everybody's like, "That sucks." Oh, wait, you're in the top 8. Okay.
The man who brought us Lictor Shame.
Yes.
In 7th edition.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure was.
Yeah. The only time, I think that's the only time NIDS have ever made it to the top 8 in LVO, let alone 1.
And it had to be Naden to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody else
it had to be Sean Naden. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
that
year.
That was back in my naive days when I was debating starting my second army. Oh, this guy did Lictor spam, and this looks really cool. And I had no idea flex it was to run. I just was like, Lictors and Spanish, oh my. And youthful and still full of hope, and now that's gone.
Yep.
Right.
Just like your voice during half of this episode.
Oh God, I'm gonna drink so heavy.
You're gonna drink
Don't
so
need
what?
that excuse.
Oh my God, John, I hate you.
That part came through.
Yep. I made sure it did. I talked loud enough.
Also, a quick reminder: if you are going to send a conversion, that sometimes it's helpful to give visual context when presenting your model.
Oh yeah, like the Smash Captain that was on Comp 40K.
Well, don't call it a Smash Captain if it's not a Space Marine army.
Right. Well, it was like the detachment for like a super heavy detachment that was supposed to be like themed to look like the Mechanicus part of his other army, and when you see the full army,
it makes
totally
sense.
cool. That is totally cool.
Yes,
and it was great. But seeing just the one, I was like, oh man, that's.
Hey, do you guys like my new car? That's a couch.
Basically, yeah. So. Yeah, just it helps us a lot in order to, especially if we want something approved. It helps us to decide whether to approve it or not. But yeah, like mentioned earlier, no big things in terms of all the good conversions were from previous years.
Yeah. Can we put known troublemakers against each other for game one? Don asks. If I knew how to use the BCP app, we could, but I don't know how.
Well,
I officially don't know how either.
John, you should learn, because then you could complete your reenactment of a Roman emperor.
It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, because you determine who died.
Yeah, that makes sense. I got it.
What do I determine? You cut out. I couldn't understand what you're saying.
I'm going to hate you. I know where you live. You're in driving distance.
That's fine.
Good. You can come over and help him move his stuff for his
You can help me move all the crap out of my office when the episode's
I will,
over.
while sternly yelling at him.
Oh, please. More like making passive-aggressive comments while being like, where does this go?
Yeah, that's also true.
Anywhere in the damn living room, it fits. That's the answer right now.
Don, we do have records of yellowy during the event. Just as for further reminders, we do keep track of the yellows and reds during the event. Reds not so much, because if you get a red, you're probably bounced.
Right. Or you've lost that round, so it doesn't matter because you can't win.
We at least me personally will probably be a little more stricter with the code of conduct.
Yes, we are going to be stricter. We've already discussed that. I said it in my video.
I couldn't remember. I was hopped up on cough medicine.
I said in my video. Did you not watch my video I made?
I did not.
I make the video on your behalf, and you did not bother to watch it?
I mean, I had it on in the background.
What the hell?
I had it on just so we can get the numbers up, and I kept reloading.
Jim.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wonderful, Jim. Wonderful.
What did I miss?
You shouldn't have said that. I'm gonna learn now how to pair round one.
Oh, I can pair rounds easy. Like, what do you need? Remember, I'm the one who actually knows how to use BCP.
That's true. What we need to do is pick the player who's the most problematic, and just pair them with Michael Snyder the first round.
Oh my god!
Ooh. Yeah, maybe.
So that Michael can just raw them to death.
Random ain't random.
Phrasing.
Now I picked that word on purpose.
There was that one year that all the top players, not all, but a bunch of the top players did play each other during the first round.
There was a bunch of them. Yeah.
John had to sit at multiple tables. John and I think one other person had to.
Was that the year that had to babysit Rose and Along, or was that the year
that was round one?
Was that the year that Matt had to babysit Jeff and Along?
No, Matt did 2 years ago. You did 3 years ago against Nick and Along.
Okay, the last of 7th is the one you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That
year had a bunch of people knocking each other out first round.
That was like first and second round, I think. It was weird.
The second round got crazy too. I remember that.
The app is weird like that sometimes.
It's not truly random the way it pairs round one. That's why that's why Jeff Robinson and Nick Rose get paired with Aaron Along so often round one at big events. The last names is based on last name, the algorithm, and it's not 100% random.
Yeah, you're saying I should change my last name if I want to.
Yeah. So Snyder should be renamed to Roe Snyder for the day, and then change it later.
Why do you call yourself 1.a.tom? No reason.
It's a secret tool that will help us later.
That's such a great.
And only people with kids will get that.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
so I can't even watch shit yet. And I get that.
So expect a stricter enforcement of the code of conduct.
Yeah, basically, if you come up to your table and it's a rules problem, you're getting a yellow card if you've misplayed it. Like,
I believe we there's no issue with us giving red cards if you are on stream.
oh no, there's not.
Just a reminder also that there is a possibility you could be on stream, especially for the first couple rounds where there isn't really they haven't really formed to the front runners just yet in terms of what tables they're assigned. It's still just random.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have third-party miniatures or not necessarily bits or bases, but actual like full-blown miniatures, just let us know if that way you won't be on stream, or if you want to be on stream, just make sure you have something to switch out for the model. If you looks like you are going to be on stream, or maybe let's say you make top 8, which is what happened last year, I think it was the Tau player.
Yeah, it was the Tau player. Make
sure you have substitutes, or you're able to find substitutes if you have third-party models. So that's a big thing to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Just the typical reminders for LVO or for any big tournament, really. Hydrate. We had an incident last year.
Yeah, make sure you hydrate
because the player wasn't properly hydrated. Same thing with snacks.
Protein, gentlemen.
Protein bars, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
At least I assume you're talking about.
Or those little things. Yeah. The Trader Joe's makes the greatest trail mix little things into little packages.
Oh yeah.
I love
those. Are great.
I also swear by those water. And just buy one of those, lug it around with you. You'll thank yourself.
Oh, the giant jugs of water. Bring a growler of water. Quote unquote water.
Excuse me, sir. You can't bring alcohol into the hall. It's just water, sir. It's just water in my Lost Coast Brewery growler.
So I can't think of anything else right now. There'll be water stations around.
Yeah, there's plenty of water last year.
The venue. Well, there was, and that guy still passed out.
But that's nobody's fault.
You got
to drink the water.
You can. That's literally you can lead a horse to water, but can't make him drink.
Eat breakfast, eat lunch, drink water, and you should be fine. But
Axis, you're correct. They don't let you bring in anything from the outside if they see you carrying it. I mean, people were bringing in giant bags with armies in them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm advocating you bringing in anything from the outside, because I'm absolutely 100% not. But people did it. I'm just not advocating it. Just like our judges' rulings aren't FAQs, they're just questions we answered.
We're not advocating anything.
We're not advocating you use those rulings in anything other than games at tournaments that we as a group adjudicate, which just happens to be the LVO.
So again, mentioning frequently, not suggesting, but mentioning.
I think, John, any other tips and tricks for
LVO?
LVO?
Don't lose.
Don't lose on the gambling table or in the tournament.
Just don't lose at life that weekend.
It's too late for some of us, John.
I'm aware.
Danny?
Yes?
Any advice for Vegas?
For Vegas? Well, what kind of advice are we talking about here?
Yeah.
You know what? It's open-ended.
The kind that won't get us in trouble with Twitch or YouTube.
Okay, so I guess I'll just leave it to the tournament.
That's true.
Your kind of game bag needs to have protein / granola bars. You need to drink at least 2 bottles of water between one round starting and the next round ending. Kind of think of it that way.
Yeah, because that's a good 6 hours.
Yeah, and I mean, really, of the higher you go, in terms of going undefeated, the more anxious you're going to get, which means you need to control yourself much more. Like the worst thing you can do when you're like, oh my God, if I win this game, I get to go to top 8 is to start freaking out. Right. And like getting nervous. It's just slow down, focus on what you know how to do, because a lot of times I see that at the, it's one of the reasons why some of this, it's mostly the same guys who end up in the top, in the running for the money. They're all guys who are used to being at that level, so they're not really bothered and they're not making mistakes. And so if you're, if you find yourself there, like chill the fuck out, right? Take a moment to breathe, right? Like one of the best things I learned in War Machine, playing on Death Clock, was in a really tight turn, was to, when it goes to my time, was literally just to take a minute to like turn my back to the table and like breathe and just kind of like relax and then look at the table with fresh eyes. And like a minute is not that long. So it gives you a chance to just kind of reset in a high pressure situation and be like, cool, what do I need to do?
Danny, you played War Machine?
Yeah, when it was good.
Well, I mean, no, I'm just curious. I was just curious. Were you on Art of War episode?
No, it wasn't.
God. Seriously, this is why we not having.
What's Art of War?
Moving on.
Everyone put the sea lions away, please.
Damn it, Tom.
Excuse me, I will bring out my weaponized sea lion whenever I damn well please. It is my Second Amendment right.
Now I want to see John pull out like a beautiful 1911 45, which is like a sea lion, and transcribed to the freaking side.
This is my perfectly legal, militarized, bump-stocked sea lion.
This I always carry a little bit of mutated anthrax on me, for duck hunting.
NSA tagged. Okay. Thanks, Tom.
What?
Yeah, you couldn't have cut out on that one.
Yeah.
I only changed my behavior when all of you were mad at me at the same time. John supported me, Daniel kind of laughed, and Adam was the only one that was mad. So therefore, nothing was learned.
So, other reminders. Make sure you wake up in time. Don't miss that next day. I know it's Vegas.
Several alarms.
Or your roommate. Somebody.
Specifically directed at Alan.
It's not just him. One of the best stories, which I tell often, is he doesn't play 40K anymore, but he goes to Vegas. He comes down to the judges table because he had missed a round. I think it was day 2.
4. It was round 4, yeah.
So he misses round 4. He comes back just about like a half hour later. He's like, oh my God, dude, I'm sorry, man. I would still want to play. I'm all right, what happened? He's like, dude, I came out of my room and I come out and this dude's having a heart attack. And the maid happened to be there, and she walks over. She actually revives him, and then gives him brings him back to life, but gets the calls 911 or whatever. I'm like, dude, really? Damn, dude, that's too bad. Sorry that you had to miss the game for that. He goes, no, that's not why I was late. I missed it because I overslept. So make sure you guys wake up. I mean, you may miss a heart attack in the middle of the hall, but you won't miss your games. Still one of my favorite stories.
Ridiculous.
Well, knowing his life doesn't surprise me.
All right. Are we doing these predictions or what?
Yes, since we had to cover for Tom, so. All right. So predictions. Since this is the last episode before LVO, I'll go first. Mine's really easy. I'm not going to predict who. I'll predict one.
Pick a name.
I'm going to do faction breakdown, which for me I'm going to say it's going to be just like that year of Eldar about 2 years ago. It'll be six Space Marine players, 1 Tau player, and then whoever else. That guy that's like, I don't know how I got here.
Yes, there's always the one rando. Every year there's one dark horse. I'm going to go with what I always say, which is the dark horse wins. Because one of these years it's going to happen.
You mean unknown person?
The dark horse. Somebody who's not like super well known, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about Army faction?
They'll be playing Iron Hands. The relative unknown dark horse who wins this year will be playing Iron Hands. That's my prediction.
See,
what about the other spots? You're not going to even bother?
Oh, I don't know. There'll be like 20 Iron Hands in the top 21, and then it'll be Richard Siegler.
Oh my God.
And you guys get mad at me?
Yes.
All the time.
Danny, any further insight?
I don't think it's going to be as bad as the Yanari streak was, because I think there's enough good players who have teched for Space Marines to knock some of them out. So I think you're going to get like 3 or 4 Space Marines, 1 Eldar, 1 Tau, 2 Chaos.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
How great would it be if Necrons make the top 8? Because they play Space Marines
they actually do
their first 6 rounds, because they do really well against Space Marines. So that'd be great if like Antonio Cedeno? How do you say his last name?
Cedeno.
Yeah. If it would be great if he drew Space Marine players rounds 1 through 6 and was like the number 1 player going into Sunday morning with Necrons, just because he'd played Space Marines the whole time.
Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome.
All right, Tom. Cool. I know you're not going to be there, but predictions away.
I'm going to say the number 1 is actually going to be. I'm going to say number 2 is going to be Orcs, and number 3 is going to be Space.
I didn't hear.
I love how number 1 we couldn't hear. We could hear 2 as Orcs, and 3 we couldn't hear.
Really?
Yes, really. We are only hearing every like 3rd word you say.
God, I'm switching to Spectrum. I swear to God.
What was number 1?
Number 1 was Tau. I think Tau are going to finally win their LVO.
God, now will it be Brian or
why do we even bother asking him to repeat? Number 1's going to be Tau. That's his prediction, and we waited for that.
Was it Siegler or Pullen? You have to choose one.
Yeah,
I'm going to say Siegler.
Okay.
I think Pullen's going to make it to the top 20, but I think it's.
In the Tau race, I predict either Siegler or Pullen lose round 1.
Oh,
I think the pressure gets to one of them, and one of them loses in the first round.
I don't know. Siegler did well at Nova.
He did well at the Atlanta Open,
but Nova had more players. So
I know. I'm just saying he's done well at multiple events.
Well, that's what I mean. I can't see him losing for round 1 unless he gets paired with a named player.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the only way I can see that happening.
Austin's list is good. I think Austin admitted that he did so well at Atlanta because he built the list specifically for their terrain.
Right.
Because the terrain was set and he knew all the exact dimensions. And like that's the problem with set terrain is if you have every single table the exact same, you can just build for it. You build your list to take advantage of that exact terrain makeup.
That makes sense. Why would you say that?
I don't know. I don't know why I'm making sense on the internet, Tom. I should know better.
I know.
How come we can hear him when he says horrible things?
Just our luck, I guess.
Oh.
Like when he actually contributes is when he breaks up, but when he is shit, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
he's doing his butters. We can hear him.
I'm gonna say I'm being hacked. That's what it is. It's
I'm gonna say you're a bot.
It's some Russian really doesn't just.
Yeah, totally.
See, there we go. That's exactly what it is. You're trying to say something legitimate, and we can't even hear you. But you say some dumbass joke, and it comes through just fine.
I know.
So just stop talking. How about that? All right, moving on.
Jim is not yesterday's news, Fusehead. That's not polite. He's still the number 1 in the ITC. He's not yesterday's news.
Yeah, thanks to not thanks, but due to the way the tournament was inputted or uploaded, technically Jim is still number 1 until they get that corrected. Which I think they have until next week, like next Tuesday or something, or the Tuesday before LVO.
Something like that, yeah.
For those that are still going to tournaments and trying to become best in faction, things like that, the points have to be turned in by, I believe, the Monday or Tuesday before LVO.
Something like
that. So if you have incorrect scores or you don't have your scores put in at all, make sure you talk to your TO just make sure they turned in the scores. That way they count for whatever you're vying for.
Right. Jim, you are not allowed to refer to yourself as old when everybody on this podcast is older than you. Thank you.
Isn't Jim like 20 something?
He's like 18 or 19, right?
I don't know.
Some of that.
Going by his picture, I think he's like 19.
That's what people used to say to me about me until like 2 years ago.
You still look like you're like early 20s.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, John. It's not really that hard to be like, oh, I used to look so young, and now I just look like I'm in my 20s.
That came through great.
Jim's the same age as me.
Oh wow!
Fuck,
Yeah,
seriously?
See, I no longer look like I'm in my 20s, do I, guys?
No, not compared to Jim.
We literally just said Jim looks like he's in his 20s. You still look like you're in your 20s.
I said 19.
Jim says
technically that's not 20.
You know what I think it is, Jim? I don't think you have any kids.
Oh, that's why you still look
Ding,
young.
ding, 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 ding.
Somebody I was having this discussion with one of my students the other day. They're like, "Why do priests always look so young?" I was like, "'Cause priests aren't allowed to get married or have children."
True.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was born
All
in '84
true.
also.
I actually, it's, when I had my kid, I actually started my hair recession increased dramatically.
Oh yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Between the stress and the sleep deprivation, everything falls apart.
Oh God, yeah.
You get a little rejuvenation when you get older. When they get old enough to like leave the house.
Don't do that. Don't give me hope.
I'm just saying. That's why I look so good.
Okay.
But Adam, most people care about their progeny after they leave the house. You were just like, out of the nest, great, see you, bye.
Well, let's see how you guys do.
What are you still doing here? What do you mean? You're over 18. What are you still doing here?
Yeah, I'm sure you guys will want to keep your kids at home with you after that.
I'm not saying that in any way, shape, or form.
That's not what I was saying either.
That's exactly what you're saying.
That is not what I'm saying.
Well, in like 15 or 20 years, we might need our children at home to help us pay rent. So,
Yeah.
Okay, questions.
Fusehead wants to know if we already did the Hateku winners. The answer is yes.
We did. Fusehead, the winners, which I can get to really quick.
I'm not
Tony
opening that document.
in third.
I'm opening it.
I'm not opening that document.
I'm going to open it. Open that can of worms.
I know.
Tony in third. I forget who was in second.
Second was Gabe.
Gabe. And then first was Dom, the Mad Turk.
That's right, because we can't pronounce his last name.
Speaking
Gagaz,
of
right?
a former War Machine player.
Isn't it pronounced Gagaz?
I don't know. I'm not even going to try.
He's going to
not
kill me
gonna
for that.
try.
I probably just murdered it.
Yes.
Sorry, Dom. As somebody with an equally, or not even equally, but as somebody who has a also hard to pronounce last name, my bad.
So for those that missed it, third place was Buy Some Swag Products, Templates, Trays, Tokens All Day, Hammerhead Games Net. You put in the dot, it would add an extra syllable. So.
Yeah.
Second place was Those Skaven Models, Assault Centurions, Really? Bad Day for Matt Root.
I love it.
And then first place, which everyone voted for except John for some reason.
Oh, yeah. I fucking wonder why.
History Cosplay. John rubs his musket and balls. Tips his tricorn hat.
Again, a thing of beauty.
I voted for it because of
beauty.
tricorn hat, yes.
Beauty is a subjective thing.
But ugly is to the bone.
Well, if you're smart, it's just... Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Oh, see? Fusehead won.
Oh, cool. Nice. Congratulations.
I think that's Gabe.
Oh, okay, cool.
KR Quinn, how old are you? See if he's if we're all young.
Yeah.
Well, if they're all young.
Yeah, Adam about to drop some age right now.
Yeah.
I think Danny's the closest to me, and he's like 10 years younger.
Yeah. I think I'm like a decade younger than you.
You're older than me, right, Danny?
Yes,
We're only
I
like
am.
a year. Oh, yeah, he's older than me.
Oh, okay. Dawn, I'm 31 going on 75.
Axis is 37, see? Yeah, I'm 40 something. I'm above 45.
Who in the chat is going to LVO? That's the question. That's the
real
question. Who in the
question.
chat is going to LVO, and we're going to see you there? That's what
I'm going.
No, you're not in the chat.
I technically am because I'm watching the
God, I hate
stream
you so much.
So by Raw, I am.
Okay, Michael Snyder.
Oh yeah, I do have Legion models.
Snyder was in the chat earlier. That's why I keep saying it, but I think he's gone now.
Oh,
Is he ever really gone? No.
Yeah, Jim will be there. That'll be fun. Your brother John.
yes. Well, he's driving us.
Says maybe next year. Don's going, of course. Trevier? Is that how you pronounce your name? Is it French? Trevier? He's going to be at the bar. Treviare, whatever. He'll be at the bar.
Yeah, so if you are going, just say hi say hi at the judges table. We'll always be at the bar when not judging, most likely. John will not be there.
Jim Vessel's
Jim says Snyder is calling from inside the house.
Nice.
Hey, you never know.
So
good. I got some chores for him to fucking do.
Heyo.
Yeah, it's called sit down at this computer and answer these stupid LVO questions.
Pretty much.
What were you saying, Adam? Before we
that just we'll just come and say hi at judges table. We'll be around. We'll be at the bar most likely. It's usually hang out.
Yep.
Except
say
Friday
hi.
night.
Yeah, Friday night. Well, maybe after.
That's Willie's time.
We're coming maybe in Thursday, so we'll be around Thursday.
Yeah, we'll definitely be around Thursday. John will not be with us after Saturday.
No, I have to leave on Saturday.
Because John has a fair commitment.
No, because I have a commitment that actually requires me to be there that pays me money.
Yeah, the Queen's Joust.
Sure, the Queen's Joust. Yeah.
See, that came through loud and clear.
You would actually do that, though.
Jousting? Hell no. You have any idea how dangerous that shit is?
You can get killed doing that.
You can absolutely get killed doing that.
Go by game.
That still sounds fun.
It's true, but
no.
Yeah, there's nothing like riding an 800-pound animal going 40 miles an hour and then bludgeoning someone with a 10-pound piece of wood.
I can think of a lot of things more fun than that.
I actually would give it a try.
I could think
I'd probably end up killing myself. But my insurance is all paid up, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd do it, but I have health insurance, so, you know.
I got health insurance and life insurance. I'm still not doing that crap.
I totally do it. So questions from either from the chat or from our Patreon page. First one is, which was asked earlier, do you think that Space Marine release has had a negative impact on LVO Chap's attendance? Yes. The person that asked is actually playing Age of Sigmar instead. One of our teammates is playing Age of Sigmar instead. There seems to be a lot more people selling off their ticket than previous years. But I don't know if that's because of the Space Marine or because there's so many more people going.
It's a mix. It's because there's more people and because it's Space Marines.
So that's all I'm wondering how many we're going to get in the end.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame Space Marines as the sole perpetrator here.
It's actually GW's
but they're definitely
fault,
in the mix, right? Like I think there's definitely more than an anomaly of people that are thinking like, man, fuck it, I don't want to go to Vegas just to play a bunch of fucking Space Marines.
Yeah, I mean it's ultimately the fact that Games Workshop can't just actually put out a decent game for longer than 4 months.
So you're saying we should have stayed Index?
Oh God, no.
No. I'm not gonna get into it.
Okay. We personally don't know how many tickets were actually sold. So
we don't have those numbers. We don't know.
So if the number is the typical 10 or even 20%, we may still have close to 1,000 players. Mm-hmm. So we'll just have to see when we get there. And there's always people that sign up. Usually not as many, but there are some. Axis of Entry is asking 9th edition this year. We do have the reveal.
Even if they do 9th, which they're not going to call that, I'm sure, because they don't even call it 8th.
They
8th.
don't.
Even if they do like a new edition, like it's not going to be a hard enough reboot to like actually help with the major problem, which is the rules bloat. Like
so some of the FAQs they can't fix because they're codex specific.
Right, and it's. unless they're going to release new rules and then re-release every single codex with all the things they've messed up fixed, then no.
Right. I think there is the reveals that Thursday night. I think it's only going to cover from January to March, which is when Adepticon is. Well, actually, no. In terms of like codex and index and new rules, I don't think they'll announce 9th edition there. They may, but I think they would announce it at Adepticon. When they announced 8th edition, they announced it at Adepticon, or not at. They announced, they did announce it at Adepticon.
That's when most of the major announcements for them have been. So I would be surprised if they didn't.
We'll see.
Yeah, I can see them announcing.
The paint judging is done by every judge except for me.
And me, I don't do it.
Oh, and Adam. And then what happens is somebody comes to me to get rejudged, and I judge them lower, and then they lie, and I give them 2 yellow cards.
Yeah.
Jim, as far as that table thing, where did you hear that? It'd be interesting to know.
No, I've heard it. I've heard it before. I think from Reese.
Do most people go to LVO with the illusion they will win? I did once.
Yes, I did once too.
I did once.
A shocking amount of people.
I bought, built, and had painted because I didn't have the time to paint at the time because I had a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and had painted a super broken 6th edition Eldar army, and went to the first LVO. And I was like, I'm gonna win with this broken ass army.
And instead, you quit.
I went 3-3, and then I quit 6th edition. Yeah, because I had such a terrible time.
If you actually listen to the first few episodes of the show, I thought I had a list that would win. Turns out I didn't. I think I went 500 for that LVO, and that was at the second LVO. Cool. And then we started judging, so I kind of threw that off. But some people do. Some people, and the difference with LVO and most other large tournaments, even Nova or even Adepticon, right. Because of the ITC, you're actually getting more people from around the world.
Right. Yes. Yeah. The first one. Oh man, how many were there? I know it wasn't I don't think it was 200 at the first one, but it was a lot of people playing.
It was like one something.
It was like 160 or 170, I think.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was the biggest tournament I'd ever been to, and I've been to all the Bay Area Opens. So Jim, as far as the tables go, I know for a fact that they are doing the themed tables like last year, where they're all in sets. You know what I mean? So like you walk down the aisle and like the one group is all the green ones. The next group is all the Gothic ruins. The next group is all the whatever, the Tau ones or whatever. So I know that they're going to group them that way, just like last year. As far as them being set for the top 100, I don't know what you mean by that because the tables and terrain is already set up in that kind of a fashion. So I guess we'll all see when we get there what they do. Because we're not. Yeah, we're only there at the end of setup. So.
Yeah, we sometimes help a little bit, but they're usually last year they were almost done by the time we got there.
Yeah, the year before that, I came in later than everybody else.
Yeah, I think you flew in late.
No, that was I haven't flown in.
Oh, that was
the year my parents drove me in. Because they were all going to be in Vegas for the Super Bowl, so I just drove in with them.
Have a good day, LVO. Pick you up after you're done.
Though I did go the one night to hang out with them, because it was them and like my sisters and like a bunch of people they're all friends with, and I was so tired. Like I don't think I even drank. I think I ordered a scotch on the rocks and I just sat there at the bar with everybody and was like zoned out watching all the stuff on the TVs. And everybody was like, "You should just go back to your hotel." And I was like, "I'm going to go back to my hotel." I think I left my scotch sitting at the table and went to sleep.
You got Obi.
Yeah, so I don't think they're going to announce 9th here. I think they'll wait till Adepticon if they do it.
I mean,
we'll just see more models and more. We'll probably see more of the Psychic Awakenings than anything else. And then, I know Reese mentioned it. Jim is saying Reese mentioned it on chapter tactics.
No, they don't call it chapter tactics. They call it signals.
Yeah, but he was on chapter tactics for
cool.
a little while ago. I think Reese may have mentioned something then.
Reese is not going to do Nova L tables.
No,
they have L-shaped terrain, But it is not going to be the Nova L.
Nova doesn't have
tables.
a trademark or copyright on
Right.
the Nova L buildings.
Yeah, they're not going to do.
As much as Mike Brandt would,
As long as Mike Brandt would what?
I said as much as Mike Brandt would love to trademark that and get, because he can't.
True. I'm getting some weird signal stuff going on, guys. So we might want to wrap it up because I don't know what's happening to my internet. But I'm getting red signal for dropped frames and stuff.
That's not so good.
Oh, Charity Hammer, where it was mentioned.
Oh, Charity Hammer. Got it. Yeah. And if there are L's, which there's always L's, they're not going to be as like close together as the Nova ones.
There's L's, but they're not. They don't. If we have L's, they're not going to look like Nova L's.
Yeah. No.
They're not going to be solid.
No.
So. The last question that we have here: are we going to be actively looking for models that are not following the paint and squad marking guidelines?
We always do. It's just that we can't police 800 when there's so many of us also.
I mean, we look as we walk by, so if it catches our eye, we'll make it.
I mean, we caught something last year, gave cards for it. Like we catch stuff, but it's we can't catch everything.
Right.
We're focused mostly on are these people playing this game straight? Not, hey man, is your squad mark correct? Like, it's too hard.
Yeah, as much as people hate to do it, but like if you see something, let us know. Don't just like sit there quietly.
Yeah, don't just fume quietly and then go type keyboard warrior later on Facebook. That's the thing that drives me nuts. That drives me nuts. You during your game you say nothing. You don't call for a judge, and then an hour and a half after the round, you check Comp40K's Facebook page, and some guy's on there. Man, the judges didn't even do anything. Can you believe this? And we're like, you didn't even tell us about this. Like, what did you expect me to walk by and randomly pick out of the hall that's super busy this one guy saying this one rude remark at this one time? Like, you have to advocate for yourself, which we've talked about on this show 1,000 times.
That's a common complaint. Just I mean, we'll have judges walking by constantly, so you just need to flag one down. We'll be wearing purple jerseys. You can't miss us.
Purple polos.
Whatever. Purple.
You didn't buy
polos.
jerseys, did you? You bought the same shirts as last year, right?
It's the same as last year. Calm down.
You got me the different size, right?
Yeah, extra large for your extra large frame.
Son of a bitch. That was not what I asked.
You walked into that one, John. I mean, come on.
I know. I set him up.
Or was it extra hefty?
Excuse you.
Well, I have to get the extra large.
Size is the big bone size, okay?
I had to get you the extra large so you can fit your head through.
My mom says I'm not fat. I'm just big boned.
I appreciate that, Adam.
Thank you. Axis says the stream still looks good, so.
Okay. I get nervous when the little cube in the corner of OBS gets red.
Right. No, that makes sense. Yeah, so make sure to let us know or let a judge know during the game if you want, you can ask us to stop, because a lot of people worry about, to be honest, is they worry about it taking time off of their clock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it becomes a real issue, the judge should stop the clock until it's resolved. That being said, don't touch the fucking clocks.
No.
Yeah, please don't touch the clocks.
You don't get to touch the clocks. You don't get, except to switch the time back and forth, you do not get to pause the clock.
Yeah, so let us take care of that. If we determine that it needs extra time or it's going to take longer than we anticipated, then we'll stop the pause and then start it up again.
Right.
I believe that is it.
Yeah. I agree.
don't think there's anything else. I agree. Again, keep an eye out for us at LVO. Come say hi, hang out with us.
Mm-hmm.
We, unlike John projects, we are more approachable.
Yeah, I am actually much nicer in person. This is believe it or not, this is actually a quasi character. We make that joke. Sure. We make that joke a lot, but it is actually a little bit of a character that I play on the show.
Yeah, especially
I do hate Adam, but the rest of everything else is a joke.
Well, I mean, every lie has an element of truth.
That's what makes it funny.
Yeah, KR Quinn, if you want to, there is the Patreon page. Just go to just look up TFG Radio in patreon.com.
Okay, but to be fair, if they give it to the Patreon, the only person that sees that money is you. So it's like buying you beer and not anybody else beer.
Yeah, that's fine. I drink hard liquor, so that gets expensive.
You could just put dollar bills in my waistband. I'm not gonna.
You can do that too.
That.
You can do that too.
I'll wear my stretch pants.
Jesus Christ.
Don't lie. You would laugh and film if that actually happened. You would laugh and film.
Absolutely, but I'm still horrified.
Facebook Live that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, so just come by, say hi. Have a drink with us. John is only going to be there Thursday and Friday night, so limited availability for John.
Yeah.
He's only charging $20 for autographs this year.
That's expensive.
I've never been asked for an autograph.
But now you want it.
No, I don't. Have you? You haven't seen my signature. I don't have a signature.
I have once.
Oh, you've seen it once?
No, I haven't had an autograph.
Oh, really? My signature is like a weird kind of cursive J, and if I'm lucky, a W.
Mine is just you can't read mine.
If the bank is lucky, there's a W. I mean, that's the only time you sign anything anymore.
I know, right?
I guess that's true, yeah.
I don't believe there's any other questions in the chat.
No.
Tom, any last thoughts so we can get you out of the way first?
If cap back on or else
Christ. Oh my God. You have got to be doing this on purpose.
He absolutely is.
No, it's not. It's just my life, eternally sad and just.
You can't even tell us why your life is sad without breaking up.
For those that don't know, Tom literally works 24/7 from January to like February.
I hate my life. There's no end. All is death. The void is the only true master.
And if you're
none of that broke up. None of that broke up.
I know, right? Yep. If you're in the group chat with him, like our show chat, he is super salty and super angry during the day.
Yeah, he is. It's great. It's pretty great.
Oh my God, I actually was. Yeah, I had to calm down. Shit, I'm close to like calling bitches out right now, and they're not even really being that bad.
Yeah.
Danny, any last thoughts?
Have fun at LVO. Come say hi. Come hang out. We'll probably be drinking at some point, and
yeah, we don't drink a lot during the actual tournament.
No, I barely drink or eat. I just try to pound water and I
drink a lot of water. I might have if somebody's going to the bar, I might have them grab me a beer or something. But we don't drink a lot during the actual tournament itself.
But once it ends,
it ends, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't be a dick. Be nice to each other, please.
Don't cheat.
Be excellent to one another.
Okay, Ellen DeGeneres. Fusehead wants to know your autograph story, Adam.
Are you?
It's actually not that. I'm just ignoring Tom. It's actually not that riveting. It's just someone just asked for an autograph. I thought it was weird, but I was like, okay, whatever. I just asked I think it was like a rule book or something.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Was Tom saying something? He kept cutting out. I couldn't hear him.
John was making reference to Ellen DeGeneres, but I think Tom was referencing when he made that quote to Bill and Ted.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, I used
to live a block from that Circle K.
Oh. I couldn't decide if Tom was channeling DeGeneres or Melania Trump and Be Best. I couldn't figure out which one it was.
Wow.
Well,
at least it took this long to get to the political
part. I don't even care anymore. Just sure, sleep at night, if feeling like a big man, taking down the poor other white guy on the ass. That's fine.
Why does it gotta be about race? Why you gotta make everything about you being white?
Oh, look, a white guy complaining about how hard life is. Shocking.
God fucking damn it.
So good.
We've gotten my favorite part of the night.
Where I break down and I just say some dumbass shit and then Danny calls me out for it. Yeah.
No, you left
John?
yourself open for that, bro. I'm sorry.
I know.
John,
Yes.
any comments or advice for anything?
Adam's
this
literally
point?
crying.
yeah, I got you.
Oh my god.
Don't cheat. Or do, and let us get you so I can red card somebody this year.
Yeah, John's got an itchy red card finger here.
I do.
Be warned. But John, being in the top tables is very stressful, and nobody can understand how stressful that is. And that's why I cheat.
I don't understand that at all. You're right. Nope.
Okay.
I mean, I'll relieve your stress. You get to leave.
True.
You don't have to be stressed anymore.
You can have fun in Vegas.
Yeah.
You can cheat in Vegas. See how they like that in the casino.
Yeah. You can go take your cheating ways at the craps table and see how that works.
I'm sure they'll enjoy it.
Just note they won't let you use your own Space Marine dice.
What if they're casino dice?
But what if they're official GW dice, the Nurgle dice?
Oh my god! Or the Sisters of Battle dice.
The Sisters of Battle dice made me so.
Or the Goblin dice, the Squig dice.
Isn't that for that game that doesn't exist?
You can use it for orcs. I say orcs and goblins. Oh my god!
What if they hand you an Uno card that says cheated just to trade you for a red card? Oh man! All right.
For myself, everyone. Again, make sure to stop and say hi. If you're looking for 40K stories or other stories, I'm always available. I like telling stories, especially what happens with certain players.
Yes.
If you mention certain names, I usually have a story about them because you do get a different perspective of players from the judge end as opposed to playing against them or watching them play.
Sure. It's true.
But other than that, see everybody at LVO, and I look forward to it. Always a good time. And good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
All right.
Laters.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.